Introducing the new party. We live stream Monday through Thursday 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Coming on the air right now with breaking news. Emergency crews are responding to reports of a helicopter in the Hudson River.
Yeah, you're looking at live pictures right now of this scene. You can see lots of first responders there, FDNY as well as Coast Guard and NYPD. This is in the West Houston Street near West Street area. Eyewitness News reporter Lauren Glassberg, she is on the scene on the west side. And Lauren, tell us what you know. And I know you have seen and spoken to some witnesses who said they saw a helicopter crash.
Right. I'm getting my information from two eyewitnesses. Both were jogging along the West Side Highway and each heard a sort of thumping noise, maybe the sound of the rudder. The rotor, I guess I should say. Let me point you in the direction behind me where it is pretty hard to make out all the way from the Manhattan side, but you can see across the Hudson River, we're talking about Jersey City. You might be able to see sort of the ventilation for the Holland Tunnel. Right in front of that, just to the east of that, you can see a number of Coast Guard and police boats. And we understand that that is where the helicopter went down. This is just south of the sculpture of the head that a lot of people recognize in the Jersey City along the waterway there. This happened, we're told, at about 3:15. And I do want to bring in one of those eyewitnesses, Max Conru. If you could just step over here, Max. And I understand, thank you for joining us. I understand you were out running, enjoying your run. And then tell me a little bit about what you heard and what you saw.
Yeah, I was running. I had my podcast and enjoying myself. And then I hear it sounded like a sonic boom on my right. So I look up and literally I just see a helicopter splitting in two with the rotor flying off in the sky. It was going so fast and just went straight into the water and like nothing came up afterwards. It must have just sunk. And that was it. And then like I just waited here and like 5 minutes later we started seeing the police and stuff come. So it's nice to see there's a really good response, but it was, I've never seen anything like that in my life.
And as you waited, we should know somebody else was calling the police to let them know. And the police had said, yes, we understand that something had happened. It was on the Jersey City side. Hard to make out exactly what's happening. I can see about 6, 7 police boats over there, and we see some helicopters also hovering. Were you able to see anything, any sort of signs of somebody trying to make it out?
No, I mean, there were ferries that went earlier, but like I haven't seen anything. I don't know why there would still be boats if they had pulled anyone out. A helicopter's been there for the better part of 20 minutes now, and I haven't seen them lower or anything. So I don't know. I mean, from my opinion, it just went.
Party. Why I like the new party? Number one, it's a group of people that's on a panel. We all have differences, but we all basically still come together at the end of the day. The new party for me is about unity. The new party for me is about educating people to the truth, letting people know what's been going on in our country. With that being said, shout out to the new party, man. We're going to keep it going with y'all.
Welcome to the new party. I'm Nora Christine.
I'm Gray Mars.
I'm Skeptic.
I'm Enzo.
I'm Mia.
And tonight on the new party, the first story we'll be discussing is that sad, tragic helicopter crash. It later has come out now that that was a CEO and his family. Are the skies safe? Mia, what's your thoughts on this latest helicopter crash in New York City?
I mean, what really struck out to me is he basically said it sounded like a sonic boom, which is another way to describe a bomb or an explosion. It split in half before it even hit the water. So it sounds like there was something going on internally with the helicopter, which is like super bizarre and weird. There has been no details if it was a military helicopter. I'm assuming not, because they would have said that by now. So it was obviously some sort of private company helicopter. So I don't know what happened, but I mean, it was very articulate about a sonic boom, it's splitting in half, the rotor's breaking in half before it even hit the water. So I find that very interesting. So I don't know. I guess it's a bad day to fly, I guess.
Bad year. Skeptic, what's your thoughts on the latest crash?
Yeah, I feel like my dad, he flies a lot, and I'm always just skeptical of him flying just because of all the airplane crashes that we've seen. I think we need either to reinforce like what's going on. I feel like there's an issue going on. I don't know exactly, I don't want to put blame on anybody, but I do think we need to do something about it, because I think this year has been the most like airplane crashes that I've ever heard of. Actually, the day that the American Airlines flight left, my dad had departed from that same airport like earlier that morning. So I just feel like, just for American safety for all of us, we need to kind of get to the bottom of what's going on. But yeah, it's really sad.
Gentlemen, Jay Gray, what's your thoughts?
I went on a cruise January 20th for my birthday, right? And so you can't pick what you want to stream. And one of the shows that I was watching, they were talking about how like the parts that the airlines are fighting over, like bad parts. And like the same thing actually happens in the auto industry. So I feel like the big thing is that they're not getting proper maintenance and they're not getting the right parts. And this was way in January where they said this. So for me, I'm not surprised that this is happening from that, but this is the first time like Mia said, this is the first time I've seen like this many crashes. Pretty crazy.
Enzo, you live in New York City. Have you ever, done that? Well, not New York City. You live in the tri-state area, I should say.
Yeah.
Have you ever been on one of those helicopters that overlook the city? I know they're famous.
I
No,
refuse to go in helicopters. I'm scared of them. After Kobe died, nope,
Kobe? Yeah.
nope, never will go on one. I always said that. I think it's just a very unfortunate situation. Maybe it's like Luigi's revenge, and other people are like messing things up in helicopters and taking out CEOs. I'm just being a crazy conspiracy theorist at this point. But no, to what Gray said, with like bad parts and everything like that, my buddy's in the military, and he was telling me about it. Even on military airplanes, they're using old parts from old airplanes and helicopters to fix what they had going on because of supply chain shortages and whatnot. So that probably played into it. But then again, I can side with Mia and say, because of the sonic boom, that's equivalent to pretty much like an explosion. It could be malpractice at the end of the day. There's just too many holes in this situation to even speculate on it, because a helicopter doesn't just split in half while flying. That's a little weird. Maybe like a rotor falls off or something, but splitting in half, it's a little weird.
Yeah, and like that
Yeah,
guy
and
was very specific about splitting in half. Like
Yeah.
I
right.
feel like he wouldn't have said that if that wasn't what he saw. He was very specific about that. So it's super bizarre. Funny
It's a
fact.
big, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I was gonna say funny fact to go along with what Gray was saying about the parts. I have a friend who is in upper management in Boeing, and they're currently going through a massive audit in Boeing. And as we know, a
Yeah.
lot of those airplanes from the last like year and a half have all had production issues and recalls and a lot of issues with their parts. So, I mean, there could be some credence to that specifically.
Yeah, and to give backstory, the gentleman that was the CEO, he was the CEO of Siemens in Spain. That's a big gig. In 2022, after serving as the CEO of Siemens Mobility Spain, he held various positions from 98 to 2010, primarily in the energy sector. He served as the vice president of German Chamber of Commerce for Spain. That is crazy. He was on with his wife and 2 children. Wild, wild work. I mean, I don't know. I mean, simple.
Billionaires.
Go ahead.
Just dropping like flies. Submarine, Luigi, a helicopter. What's next? Come on,
dead.
it's relevant. It's
See,
completely relevant,
the
guys.
submarine took me out. It's because they didn't pay for the upgrade. You know, you got to pay for the upgrade
They had a
to
PS2
get to the
controller.
next get to the next level because they had the controller.
True.
That's
Sorry.
why it's split in half.
R.I.P.
Confirmed.
R.I.P. Don't come for me. R.I.P.
I'm sorry.
That is crazy. But yeah, I mean, scary times, not the time to fly. So definitely be safe if you're out there. Um, yeah. So the next story of the night is regarding 40-year-old women. They say for the first time in history that women over the age of 40 are having more children than teen moms. So, I mean, that's wild work. Someone that did have a child recently, we found out, was Drea from Basketball Wives. I'm going to show you this chick. She had a baby with a 22-year-old NBA player, Jalen Green. Do the gentlemen on the line know who Jalen Green is?
Yes.
Yes, no? Okay. And yeah, and so pretty much her son is also 22. What's our thoughts on this phenomenon that's coming out? I'll let the ladies go first. Skeptic, what's your thoughts?
I mean, I see it as we're just kind of evolving. I feel like we have better medicine now and we're healthier. So we do have a birth issue here in America, and we have a marriage issue where people are just not getting married, they're not having kids. A lot of it, just say people are attributing it to the economy and just us not being able to afford it. I don't fall
True.
under those statistics. I got married very young. I've been married for 10 years. I have a 5-year-old. I got married when I was like very young. So I understand it. Like, I know a lot of my girlfriends are my age and they're not married, don't have kids. I think it's just we're becoming a different, society. We're more educated now. Women have careers now, which doesn't mean just because you're married you can't have a career, but I just feel like we've kind of, as women, we have more freedoms. You're not necessarily, somebody said you don't go from your dad to your husband anymore, which I don't think is a bad thing. So I think it's a good thing. I think it's showing that medicine is working and that we are healthier. I'm 30 and I feel like I have plenty of time to have another kid. So hopefully I can have a few more and I don't have to rush through it.
Well, Mia, you are the nurse on the line, and someone wrote in the comment section, we're going to see an increase of autism and different, Down syndrome and different things like that. I mean, unfortunately, after 37, they do consider that a geriatric pregnancy. And this is a medical term. I'm not making this up. Mia, what's your thoughts on that? Do you think the kids are going to be healthy, or do you think we'll see an increase and rise in those, disabilities and disorders?
I mean, anybody is capable of having, like, modern medicine, like Skeptic said, has basically made it pretty streamlined with a lot of specialists out there to encourage geriatric women to have pregnancies and carry to term. The accepted establishment theory would be that by the time you hit 30, your women's egg quality starts to decline and the amount that we're be able to drop starts to decline, because unlike men who produce sperm continuously, women are born with the amount of eggs that we have. Those are formed in embryo, so we don't get any more. What we have is what we have. And the accepted medical theory is the older we get, the less quality they are, the more statistically apt you are to have a child that may have a chromosomal issue, Down syndrome. We can't say autism is a chromosomal issue, but maybe it is, we don't know. However, when it comes to autism, I mean, it has increased exponentially, like quadrupled in the last 40 years, and the mother's ages have steadily inclined, but not like that. So I think autism is more of an external factor: what you eat, your environment, the amount of radiation we're exposing our bodies to, versus bad quality of eggs.
Gray, you in your 30s, you want more kids?
I want a boy. Yeah, for sure.
I have one. They're not what's all it's cracked up to be, but they're
I
stinky. I
love
got one.
boys.
Yeah,
Boys
I
are
two
fun.
girls.
Boys are better than girls in my opinion. In my opinion.
I have fun with each, and they're not always cracked up to what you want them to be. They are fun though.
For sure. But as far as Drea and Jalen Green, like I feel like it's always been younger guys messing around with older women. I think the biggest thing is that, they're having children and, the child's so close to his age as far as her oldest child and him. So, I mean, I feel like the kid that's the child, his homeboys go pick on him like, bro, like the guy from the NBA is hitting your mom. So, I mean, like, I do feel like that's putting her child in a crazy predicament as far as that situation. But his mom famous. She trying to stay relevant. She got to take care of what she got to take care of. So these celebrities trade partners all the time. I think she got a baby from another famous person, if I'm not mistaken. It might not
So
be her.
I no, I don't. I think this is her second kid. This is her and her son. Can y'all see?
Yeah.
I mean, this dude is like literally the same age. So shouts out to her. I, I don't know. Enzo,
I
you
think her
gonna?
son looks like he don't have a real job. He looks like he don't work for a living.
Well, to give background on her son though, she did him dirty. I don't know if y'all remember that. She left him in the apartment while she was a stripper. And I'm not making this up. This is a court case. She left him in the apartment when she was a stripper to go work overnight. And the cops came and there were dog feces and all sorts of stuff everywhere. So she wasn't mom of the year to this young man. So I'm not going to be. He had a rough life.
Enzo.
Oh, see, I don't know much about either of them, but I mean, like Grace said, younger guys, older women. I'm one of those. My last relationship, I'm 27. She was 32. We were together for like 6-7 years altogether. So, but yeah, I mean, I just think it's a little weird with the age gap that
6 years
her
isn't bad
sons.
though.
No,
Yeah.
6 years isn't bad, but 20 years, it's a little weird in my eyes. I don't know why. I've seen it both ways. Like even if like an older guy is dating like a 20-year-old or like a 50 or 50-year-old man's dating a 20-year-old, what do you have in common with them is my question. That's just a little weird in my eyes. I don't know. I've always thought like that.
I mean, swiping the card into an ATM machine, you don't need nothing in common, baby. I guarantee he's spending.
I don't know.
Like,
I look at it differently.
100. Before we move on, I'm gonna keep it 120.
I don't know. Like I said,
This
I've
is
always
so
just looked at it
common
weird.
in the celebrity black community. These are 304s. She's a 304. These are 304s that need a retirement plan. We literally have seen it. I've seen it 4 times this year already. 4 times. 4 times. So this is what they do.
Prior to this, she was with a football player, Mia.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, so this is what these women do. So they get too old to compete on OF or any sort of platform like that because I'm sorry, like, don't get me wrong, she's beautiful. I'm not knocking how good she is, but she will never be 20-year-old beautiful again. No, right. Point blank period. You can't fake youth. It doesn't, no, Dr. Miami tries his best. Botox will try their best. Filler will try their best. But I'm like, you're going to see it. Your hands, your neck, your body, everything. You're going to see it. You know what I mean? Like, no matter what, you're going to see it. And these women cannot, these old women, these old 304s who did not get an education, who did not invest their money, who did not really do anything or provide the universe with anything of substance besides being a 304, realize they have no money. Like, money goes quick when you're living in Hollywood, you're trying to keep up, you have a large mortgage, you need a BMW, you have the Louis Vuitton, you have Balenciaga. That money goes quick. And men aren't stupid. They're not paying to see a 40-year-old you know what. They're gonna pay to see a 20-year-old you know what. They're not paying to see a 40-year-old you know what. So these girls get with these ball players. They're young, they're dumb, they're stupid. They get pregnant, they have kids, and that's guaranteed 18 years of child support. So it's guaranteed 18 years of at least 10 to 20, maybe even $30,000 a month, depending on how many kids he has. Did he just sign a new contract? But imagine guaranteeing yourself $25,000 a month for the next 18 years. These are retirement plans for these girls. These girls don't love these men. I guarantee you within 18 months they're going to be broken up and he's going to be on child support. we're going to be seeing the court case.
Makes sense. Makes sense to put it that way.
I mean, that's how it is. And it is what it is. Like, good for these girls. You got to do what you got to do. I mean, if these men are stupid enough to be on child support for 18 years, then take them for a ride.
Yeah, I got you.
But, I mean, none of these relationships last. Find me one 20-year-old plus lady in the Black community that's a 304 that's married to a ball player and has been married 20 plus years. Not a single one. Because they don't exist. Because they're not with these young men because they love them. They're with them for the check. Because they're looking for retirement.
Facts. Facts. Isn't there a monthly limit per kid, or is that a Texas thing, or extenuating circumstance for the rich? So I think there is a limit because Elon, that girl with Elon was there. I heard there is a limit on child support. And depending on the state, I believe in Texas there's a limit.
Went to Texas. Elon purposely went to Texas.
What'd you say?
Elon purposely went to Texas because of that.
Right. But I don't think there's a limit in Florida, for example. I'm pretty sure there's not.
Who's that Timberwolves basketball player who just went to court, who they said he didn't even have to pay child support? Yes, he did. Whoever his lawyer is, all the men out there need to look at that man. That man got him essentially no child support for the time being. And Anthony Edwards is going to give her a lump sum because he's smart. It's like, give her that lump sum before you sign your next contract. He's young, no injuries. So it's just give her that payout. I don't understand why most men don't do this. If you have the option to pay all 18 years up front, pay him in cash, sign your rights over, and be done with it.
Well, he paid $1 million up. He paid $1 million up front, but I don't know if you saw this. It was a mom with her son going to like shop and get shoes, and he picked up the Anthony Edwards shoe, and she said, "No, put that shoe down. He don't take care of his kids. Get somebody else like John Moran or something."
Oh, well, I mean, he's still laughing to the bank. I mean, that man's young. He has another 15 years left in the NBA. He'll sign a few more contracts. He can go without those shoes.
Right.
Lord. Well, we're going to move on to the big story of the night. Ladies on the line, do you guys ever watch The Housewives?
I used to watch, I want to say the New York one with the Italian lady on there. I don't know why I liked her.
Yeah.
She was so messy. But
Did you ever watch Atlanta?
I've never seen the Atlanta one, no.
Okay, so the ladies on the line are gonna like this, guys. You guys can comment on. I'll make a general question for you. So pretty much, Real Housewives of Atlanta. I think they were the top rated housewives. I think on the out of all the shows. Kenya Moore is former Miss USA, or is it? Yeah, Miss USA. Let me get it right because she don't like it when you get it wrong. And she's been on for I wouldn't say 10 seasons now. So finally, they fired her. And we're going to play some clips and talk about why they fired her because it's a general topic that has to do with revenge porn. So I'm going to play the intro scene leading up. Actually, I'm just going to play the revenge porn scene since you guys don't really know who she is. And we'll comment on it.
Having a gun. That she keeps it on her at all times. She did. So this woman was saying all this stuff like, you don't know the I am. I'm like, no, I don't know who you are. So I did a little research, and I found out who this bitch is. What is it? So who is this hoe? Who is this hoe? Britt Edie is her name. This the same girl.
Oh, I'm not doing this.
We see the nose jobs, the lips, the fillers, all that.
She need a pipe down. Ooh, yeah, you're crazy. Ooh.
That's number one.
If this is just the first one, where is this going?
My good private investigators found some more evidence for me. So yeah, she used to be a video hoe. Yeah. She was a trap hoe video hoe. Okay?
Kenya, my girl, like what is happening? We are going down a rabbit hole.
I've been in some videos, but I was a leading lady. I was making stacks for an appearance.
Everybody been a hoe in their day. She been a hoe too. Come on now. I mean, here you are with this beautiful salon. We're here to celebrate you. Why the are we discussing Britt at your grand opening? Bitch, we getting the out of here, hoe.
Oh, is it that time?
I'm not gonna allow her to disrespect my friend. I can't deal with that.
Then they kept sending me information. That's some nasty work.
Ain't nobody trying to see this girl sucking nobody's dick. That is just so crazy. Where did Kenya get this from? And why are we seeing it? And why is it blown up?
You can say, oh, I've seen pictures of you, I got receipts, but to show it, I could not believe my eyes.
Kenya, that's too far. No, it ain't too far, bitch. She threatened with me with a gun. Don't tell me it's too far.
I am mortified.
Come on now.
This is too much. I did not want to stand there and seem like I was in agreement of anything. I don't support this.
Who is trying to take food out of my daughter's mouth? That's what this is about. So thank you very much for supporting me. Now I know who I can trust. Don't come for me. Unless I say for you. Thank you.
All right. Oh. What's lower than hell? What's worse than hell? Whatever it is, that's where we at now.
How do you feel about that?
I didn't like that.
That was a lot. It's too far.
I know it's like, okay, tit for tat at some time in this group. I know. You go low, I go lower. But this is too much.
I feel bad because I told Britt maybe she should show some support. I'm flabbergasted. What Kenya did was very distasteful. It was uncalled for, and it was hurtful. I sympathize with Britt. I empathize with her because I can only imagine the pain that it may cause anyone who's exposed that way.
But even whatever the turn events were gonna be, you would never do something like that in the public, at your event, for other people. This was Kenya's big day. This is many, many years of blood, sweat, and tears, many years of effort to come to this moment, and I feel like she literally threw it away.
I'm just gonna say.
So pretty much this was the opening of her hair salon, and instead of going gracefully and having the opening, she printed out and blew up pictures of this girl in sexual activity. And yeah, that was pretty low. Like, Skeptic, what's your thoughts?
You know, again, like my reality of the world was a little different, but I have friends that were like in college and would call me up and I'd be the DD for them. And I've heard like the crazy stories, you know, I was always the married one that, you know, was kind of in a different world, but I don't agree. I wouldn't agree with that. If one of my girlfriends did something like that, I would be in disagreement. I just think we're in a different age. I would never put anything on the internet that could possibly be exposed, like period. Even like when I do lives, a lot of the time I'll like text my husband and be like, what do you think about this? You know, as far as my outfits go and stuff. I just am very cautious when it comes to representation in the internet. So I think nowadays things are different. You know, I grew up when started being a thing, like I was that old. So I'm cautious of the internet. I feel like anything you put on the internet could be exposed at any time. But that's just how I think, you know. But still, even if I knew information on someone, I would never post somebody's personal business like that. That's crazy. That's some crazy work.
Gray, do you think this should be considered as revenge porn?
Well, first you didn't ask me if I watched The Housewives. I watch Love After Lockup. I watch 90 Day Fiance. But no, to me, all of this looks fake. I'm going to talk about reality shows. I always think this stuff is staged. I know the women love it and they're just addicted to it. But like me watching that, I'm like, this is staged. I thought that the whole time. So I don't know. That's what I would say on reality TV in general. I think it's all staged. They want to keep people attention. They want to keep getting ratings.
Yeah. Do you think that she should have been fired for this? From your time of watching The Housewives, do you agree with it?
I absolutely don't agree with it. I think it was super distasteful. I think it was so ridiculous. I mean, because like at the end of the day, like the world's your oyster. You're getting paid, you're doing something fun, you're like on the news, you're obviously able to utilize your fame from this very specific show, open up, branding yourself, and you're going to throw it all away over somebody you don't like. It just seems counterproductive for like your own brand and any sort of entrepreneurial investments that you want to do, because now it's like that's what people are going to remember, because everybody remembers the bad stuff way more than they remember the good stuff. So they're going to remember this. And it's like at the end of the day, it's like she's going to end up getting sued by this girl, and rightfully so. She should. it's illegal. Revenge porn is illegal in a lot of states and in a lot of countries, especially like in Europe. It's like absolutely illegal. You can go to jail, and she should sue and she should press charges, because at the end of the day, that's disgusting. Like,
Well,
this is
this
a
was Kenya's
salon opening.
argument. Yeah, this was Kenya's argument, which is what Keith said. The producer saw those blow ups before she put them on the screen, and she knew they were going to be blurred out. They decided to still include the scene. After that, they fired her, of course. That she was no longer allowed to film. Enzo, I don't know if you watch reality TV, but based on that, do you consider this as revenge porn?
Yeah, 100% I would. I mean, it's. I think wholeheartedly that it was more like they knew that she was going to get off the show or something, so they had to have some controversy to, like, in like movies, how they like kill a character off. There was probably something else planned, because all reality TV is staged.
True.
She probably just took it too far, and that's probably
Mhm.
why they're like, okay, well, this is going to get viewers, so let's keep it in there, but let's get rid of her. That's the way that I see it, because I know the new the Real Housewives of New Jersey. My ex-girlfriend literally lives across the street from one of the cast members. Like, that's their house. So like, I know all of it staged. I don't remember the girl's name. I would have to ask her of
New
who it was,
Jersey's
but
my
it's over in
favorite.
Brick. Yeah, that's why I know like all of it staged, because she'll tell me like, yeah, they're like, oh yeah, the producers will come over and be like, okay, we're gonna be filming this scene on this day for this amount of time. Like, it's all fake. And same thing with Jersey Shore too. I used to love that show growing up, but come on, that's all fake.
You know what show I was obsessed with, and that I'm so sad they don't have anymore? Mob Wives. Elite. Mob Wives is by far the best cast and group of women
That
out
was
there.
fake though, y'all, because they had fist fights, and they had people in and out of jail. Like, all the drama with Mob Wives, I think was real. I don't
It
know.
was
That's just me.
absolutely real. You can't get those kind of Sicilians together, and one crazy, like, partially Russian lady who's married to a Sicilian together, and not expect these people. They fight grizzly bears out there. Okay, you ever seen a grizzly bear? They fight grizzly bears out there. Of course, those fights were real. It was 10 out of 10. Mob Wives was elite.
Wow.
I never watched it.
I've seen clips of it. I mean, everybody knows who Big Ange is.
Right.
Oh yeah, she died.
Yeah.
You never seen Mob Wives? She died of cancer. She went out fast too.
Oh man.
And then the lady now has cancer from the housewife. She has stage 4 cancer. She's only 43. Teddy Mellencamp, John Mellencamp's daughter. Well, this was a light night, guys. We kept it light. We promised you a fun night. So we're going to start with some closing words, because this is a little later. We'll be back Monday night at 8 p.m. Skeptic, I'll let you go first. Whatever closing words you want to say.
Thank you guys. Thank y'all for tonight. It's been a good day. And like I always say, don't let anybody trample on your constitutional rights.
Yes. Mia, ladies first again. What's your closing thoughts?
It's been a very fun night. I love gossip. I love the drama, and hopefully we can continue to do this, and hopefully people give us more bad choices of theirs that we can watch and talk shit about them, because I enjoy that.
Yes. Enzo, what's your closing thoughts?
It was a very good night, lighthearted. I mean, other than the helicopter crash, I mean, I want to know more information on that. To the 40-year-olds having babies, I mean, get your money. Set my mind straight with that. And reality TV is not reality, guys. It was probably staged. But,
Oh man. Gray, what's your solo thoughts?
I'm gonna address the elephant in the room. We were supposed to have a reality TV scene tonight. Congrats, Jay, to your engagement. This night was about
I have the video. You want to play it?
Sure. I mean, like, if you want to do it for him, roll the clip.
Okay. Just talk and say your closing thoughts, because I need to
My
send it to
closing
myself.
thoughts is, yeah, the crash is definitely crazy. They need to do an investigation on parts. As far as like the gossip stuff, it was cool for us to talk about something other than politics. I know politics people can get like real serious about. So it's nice that like when we switch it up sometimes that it's just like we just talk about regular stuff.
Yeah, it is nice to switch it up. Um, let me see. Hold on. Whoops. My bad. Okay. Okay, I got it pulled up. 1 second. Okay, here we go. Do I know where? Okay, wait, hold on. Sorry, y'all. 1 second. Technical difficulties. I'm pulling it up right now. Here we go. Here we go. My bad, y'all. This is Jay. He's part of the cast.
Which one? Who's him? What? You can hear it?
Yeah.
How do you get it?
They were over here.
How do you get it? Dude, I love you so much. And you're the best thing that's like ever happened to me or like anyone. And I don't want to not have you ever. And you just saved me so many ways, and I don't want to spend another like second without you ever. And you gave me like the best gift of our life in marching. You're the best mother, and I just can't imagine ever being without you. I love you so much, and I want to marry you so badly. I want to spend forever. We are married.
Yeah.
You look,
Yeah.
Okay, come here. Oh, that fits perfect. Okay. Good. I love you too.
That was cute. So congratulations to Jay. They
Later,
say people aren't getting married, but they are.
You have the collage, Nora?
Can make me load that up. I mean, he's not here. The collage would have had to be when you're here. I mean, I can play it, but you saw the technical difficulties I just had. I don't have it loaded. I'm sorry. I mean, do you guys really want to see it?
Congratulations, Jay. I wish the best for you.
Yeah, congratulations. That's awesome.
Okay, we have it pulled up. I think we can play the collage, and then, all right, guys, I'm gonna play the collage and have that be the closing. My closing thoughts is always vote. God bless and congratulations to Jay. We'll just let this be the closing scene.
Soulmate? It's well, it's like a best friend but more. It's the one person in the world who knows you better than anyone else. It's someone who makes you a better person. Actually, they don't make you a better person, you do that yourself. Because they inspire you.
That's it.
Introducing the new party. We live stream Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.